What's the vibes? It's your boy Damo, but you could call me Dom. I'm here to heal the world, one person at a time. And as you can see, I got my PhD, the people healing degree. If you're looking for a piece of paper, this ain't the place to be. You should get stepping, keep it pushing. In this video, we going to talk about the malignant narcissist, the paranoid motherfucker, the one whose life is based around a come up by way of manipulation. That's what their existence is based around. A come up. Everything is a come up in their mind. They're always trying to find a way to get over on somebody by manipulation, even the slightest little things. This is the sensitive one, the one that you can't say nothing that negates anything that they believe or anything that they say or anything that is going on in their internal world. They will snap at you aggressively like a dog. That's this one. I know you got one of those in your family. I know you probably dated one of those. But this is the malignant narcissist. I had a homeboy. We was trauma bonded like a motherfucker. I was trauma bonded to him like a motherfucker. I loved the shit out of him. You understand? But he was a malignant. And every little thing, he called it the swindle. He called it the swindle. That's his favorite word in his vocabulary, the swindle. He meet everybody he meet, he try to figure out a way to swindle them. That was his word. That was his favorite word, swindle. Try to figure out a way to manipulate them, to spin them. Like he'd meet a girl or whatever, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm about to swindle her for some money. I'm about to swindle her for some pussy." It's always a swindle. He always, every second of his life, he's always trying to come up offer somebody. Like he had asked me for some money, I give it to him, and while we still on the phone, he tried to find a way to get more money out of me after I just sent him the money. So he asked me for some money, like, "Oh, I'm about to throw a Super Bowl party or something. Can you send me such and such?" I sent him the money to throw a Super Bowl party for a Super Bowl party, and as he on the phone with me, he trying to swindle. That's his word, swindle more money out of me while he's on the phone with me. Like, "Oh, this, that, and the third. Oh, I can't be paying for all these chairs and the bar. Got to rent a bar stool. This, that, and the third. But you knew this before you called me. This is the swindle that he's talking about. Like he'll meet a girl or whatever the case may be, and he'll check her temperature or whatever. He tries to find a way to get money out of her. "Oh, I gotta pay a bill, or I gotta fix my car," or whatever the case may be. And this is the swindle. He calls this the swindle, and his life is based around a swindle. Everything is a swindle. I'm about to swindle this person. Oh my gosh. Only if you knew how many times a day that word comes out of his mouth. That's what his life is based around. He always has to try to get the bigger end of the stick in every single situation he encounters, every single situation he puts himself in life that he finds himself in. He always has to try to get the bigger end of the stick by way of manipulation and feel like he won every time. Feel like he came up. I could tell him I got a diamond watch for $2. He will try to talk me down to $1 just to feel like he came up. Just to feel like he came up. I could tell him I got a 6 bedroom house for $1. And he would try to talk me down to 50 cents just to feel like he came up. This is the malignant narcissist. The fucking sensitive one. The one you can't say nothing to against their character, or you can't even speak up. You can't even say how you feel. You can't even voice your opinion. They gonna snap at you like a fucking dog. Yang, 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 yang. Blows they top immediately the minute you say something. That's the malignant narcissist right there. That's the malignant narcissist, the sensitive one, the one that's always paranoid because they know what their life is based around. They always paranoid. They always paranoid. They always feel like somebody trying to spin them, and they hypersensitive to people manipulating them. You know why? Because that's what their life is centered and based around. That's the malignant narcissist for you, man. I swear to God, man, I was trauma bonded to one of my guys that I considered my homie for over a decade, well over a decade. And this motherfucker, when I tell you he was a manipulative bastard, Everybody around him, mother, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, boss, supervisor, he'd swindle the dog if he could. The motherfucker, that's what his life was based around. Every single sentence, every other sentence, swindle, swindle. The word swindle will come out of his mouth. Or I'm about to see if I can swindle a free this. Or I'm about to see if I can swindle a free drink. Or I'm going to see if I can swindle. Everything was about a swindle with him. Everything. He got next door neighbors. He tried to swindle the next door neighbors. It's just every single little thing, his life is based around a swindle. I tell a nigga, I was selling my game a few years ago. It was like 5 years ago or something like that. 4 or 5 years ago. I was selling my game, or whatever the case may be. I gave him a game, 2 controllers and all that. Because I ain't played the game no more. I'm like, oh, okay, here. You know, I want to buy it from you. He already got a game. That's narcissism for you. He already got a game. But he want to buy my game so he can have another one. I'm just like, for what? He's like, I need another one. So I'm like, cool. I told him, give me $140. You got the controller, the game, all the pieces. Give me $140. No. I told him $160. I told him, give me $160. He's like, oh, but I could go get a used one for $120. I'm like, my nigga, then go get the used one. He like, nah, I'll get it from you. I'm like, all right. He like, I'm gonna put it in a box and wrap it up. This is his swindle. He like, oh, I'm gonna put it in a box and I'm gonna wrap it up, cause I'm giving it to somebody for a Christmas present, right? So the nigga takes the thing, wrapped it up and all of that, and did what he had to do with it. He gave me the money. I ain't count the money. I just put it in my pocket. By the time I go to count the money, he gives me $120, knowing that I told him $160. He gives me $120 for the game. Another thing, a fucking TV. He like, yo, give me $100 for the TV or whatever the case may be. It was a flat screen TV or whatever the case may be. He ain't using it because he got a new one. He got a bigger TV. He had it sitting there. He like, oh, just give me $1 for the TV or whatever, and it's yours. Give him the $1 for the TV. 2-3 weeks later, he called him. He like, yo, you got that other $100 for me? I'm like, what are you talking about? The other $100 for the TV. You owe me $100 for the TV. I'm like, what are you talking about? I paid you for the TV. He like, oh, you only give me 100. You supposed to give me 200. I'm like, what? I gave you 100 like you said. He's like, nah, give me another 100. I gave him the other 100. But it just goes to show you who these people are. And I did not know, because I was traumatized, trauma bonded to this motherfucker, and I loved the shit out of him. You understand? I loved him like he was my family. You understand what I'm saying? And he constantly got me to do what he wanted me to do, and constantly raised the bar on me by way of manipulation. Whatever type of manipulation it was, emotional manipulation, financial manipulation, he found a way to manipulate every step of the way. And he was always paranoid, thinking somebody's out to get him. Why? Because that's what his life is based around. His life is based around manipulation. So you have no choice but to be hypersensitive to everything and everybody around you thinking they out to get you, because he knows how he live. He knows how he live. He not living right. So that's why he's so paranoid 24/7. And every little thing, I don't give a fuck if you say, no, that's not right. He could be clearly in the wrong. And he could clearly disrespect somebody, and you be like, yo, that's not right. He would find a way to snap at you like a fucking dog. Oh, this, that, and the third. I did this for you. Or you would say something to him like, oh, I don't like the way you did that. I don't like the way you handled that. Blah, 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 blah. But you come over my house. You use my toilet. You run my water. I don't charge you. You sleep on my couch. I don't charge you. What? What did that have to do with anything that I just said, bruh? You understand? And it's like, if you got somebody like that in your family, you know what I'm talking about. If you got somebody like that in your family, or your spouse, or your moms, or whoever the case may be, whatever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your parents, whoever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, yo, damn, that's them to the T. You understand? Swindle. Everything is a swindle. You know what I'm saying? But that's the malignant for you right there. That's the malignant for you. That's the malignant for you. That's the malignant for you. You know what I'm saying? And they might have little traits of different things, somatic, because the one I'm talking about right now, he had a little bit of somatic in him, the materialistic looks, physical thing all the time. He always worried about looks and possessions and all of that. So he had the little somatic in there with him. This is why I've always continued to stress it's not one category. Narcissists don't fall under one category. It's not or. It's in. You got to figure out what the ends are. Are they somatic and malignant and or are they? You know what I'm saying? You got to find out. Are they cerebral, spiritual? Like you got to find out what the ends are. Not or. It's not or. More than likely, it's a 90% chance that the narc that you're dealing with falls under more than one category. So you got to figure out what those categories are. You understand? So you could understand the behavior and you could be a step ahead of the patterns. You understand? Especially if you're not in a position to get away right away. You know what I'm saying? Some people tied to these people by way of marriage laws, children, mortgages. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got joint accounts, so you can't just up and leave. You got to find a way to go to your peoples, your credit unions or whatever, and get the paperwork straightened out. You understand? So y'all locked in, y'all tied into these people. So you got to understand the patterns. Understand what categories do these people fall in. This is why I'm making these videos. You understand? And you could go through these videos one by one so you can understand which one of the, or two or three of these things that they fall under and start to detangle the patterns and break it down and like, oh, okay, this person is likely to do this and do that. So I'm going to be a step ahead of here so this person can't do this to me or this person can't jam me up here. You understand? Until you're able to maneuver. And you're able to spot them as well when you do break away. So you're able to dodge or stiff arm these motherfuckers, man. Because they'll bring stress into your life. At the end of the day, if you got your boundaries together, you don't ever have to worry about them draining your energy and all that unless you let them. But now that you understand this shit, you want to stay far away from them as much as possible. If you got to work with them, you understand? Play the boundary game. Do what you got to do. Let them know that you ain't with it. But if you can stay away from them, I suggest you stay away from them. Keep them out of your energy. They will mess up your energy, drain you, leave you all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Your health and everything, man. You could just feel them drain your energy. You just get tired, man. You get sick around them, just being around them. Miserable, headaches, everything. Like low energy, low vibes. So, but that's that for this video. You know what I'm saying? If you got any questions, you know what I'm saying? My Instagram is in the description. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up, shoot me a DM. Let me know what you want me to more clarity on, more insight on. Just give me a topic, a scenario that's going on in your life that you need insight on, and I'm going to touch on it. But I love y'all as always. Stay vibrant, stay healthy, and forever, you the truth.